Alright, so what's up? Um, Somebody sent me some messages and they asked me to talk about boot camp. Even though that was about 2 years ago, I still remember it. Um, so basically, I'm just gonna start out by saying that boot camp is probably the easiest thing you're gonna do in your life. Like, no joke. It's it's really easy. And it's also really easy to get out in the in boot camp too. If you don't want to be in the military and you decide, oh, it's not for you. So don't think that your last chance is right before you leave to boot camp, because it's not. Because in boot camp, they ask you several times, you wanna leave, you wanna leave, and whenever they process you out, a bunch of people are scared because that's like because I'm not gonna lie, I was even scared to get kicked out because I thought it was gonna be, like a dishonorable or something. I just thought something bad was gonna come above it, but what happens is they ask you several times you want to get out in boot camp. So if you do get out in boot camp, you decide it's not for you. What they do is they just process you out. That is literally all they do. They process you out. It takes about probably a week and a half or two, which seems like a long time, but 14 days compared to the rest of your life, it's not that long. So it takes 2 weeks, but pretty much the thing is that when they process you out, is you have you have 2 weeks, and whenever you do get processed out, they it doesn't go on your record. So the guy that asked me that, it doesn't go on your record whatsoever at all, and it's not gonna affect you job wise, at least. So I wouldn't really be worried about it all too much, because it's not gonna hurt you any. It doesn't go on your record. It's pretty much like as if you joined and then you decided, I don't want to do it anymore. So then they're like, all right, well, let's just kick them out, and then they kick you out, and then it never shows up on your record. It's like as if you never joined. So as far as you getting out there, it's not your last chance. Which DEP isn't your last chance. Actually, boot camp is your last chance to get out easily. So I wouldn't worry about it too much there. And then the other question was, how do you get like medical, or how do you get around getting kicked out for medical? But the hardest thing about that is whenever you're getting processed for like whatever, say you got sick or some shit and your throat got sore, because they'll kick you out for a sore throat. Is just don't go to medical. That's my best advice, because I had a sore throat for 2 weeks, and then I came to my first command after boot camp, and they were like, "Well, this is probably the worst sore throat we've seen in a while." Da da da, because my tonsils were swollen and whatnot. But I just wouldn't go unless it's like really bad, unless you're like planning on dying or some shit like that. But like I said, boot camp's probably the easiest thing you could do in life, so I wouldn't stress it too much. Because I know a bunch of y'all are sending me messages talking about, oh, is it real bad? Is it hard? I mean, you do push-ups, sit-ups. It's dumb. If you're going to the Marines, and that's different. Fuck that. Marines would suck balls because they go through hell. But you know, don't stress about it too much, because the hardest part is when you actually get to your command and you go on a ship or whatever. Unless you're an HM, if you're a hospital man, a corpsman, whatever. When you go to your commands, you're gonna be on shore duty, so it ain't nothing. Shore duty's easy. It's just cake. But as far as boot camp, it's really easy. The hardest part about it is being there away from your family. That's pretty much the hardest part. And if you don't like your family, then you're gonna love it. You're gonna love the military. But yeah, the hardest part is actually just having to be there, and having to shave your head. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I shaved my head, I was like, oh man, like I hated it. But now I like it better than having long Justin Bieber hair like I used to have. I was goofy as hell, but yeah, it's really easy. It's really easy to get out in boot camp. So don't that literally is your last chance to just get out without it showing up on your record at all. So as far as boot camp, if you really don't like it, all you gotta do is say you don't want to be there anymore. It's that easy. So just really think about it. Military isn't for everyone. A lot of people do get in, and they end up being depressed because they get on a shitty ship or something. Which I got on a shitty ship my first command, and it was pretty bad. So it all just depends on what you get when you first come out of boot camp, which I mean, you can get past it. You can be like, oh, this is a shitty command, but my next command is going to be nice. You know what I mean? But it doesn't always work out like that. So it's pretty much really what you want to do. If you want to, you know, stay in and roll the dice, I guess, and hope that you get a pretty good job, then that's cool. But just know that whenever you do get out of boot camp, it does get hard. It's stressful, very stressful, because, you know, you're away from your family, you're away from home, regardless, even if you don't like, you know, your mother or dad or whatever. Being away from your friends is hard because, yeah, you make new friends, but the thing is that you meet people, but you only meet them. It's like your acquaintances. You never get to make a true friend in the military. You never do, because you're acquaintances, because you only meet for a little bit, and next thing you know, you're off on a different command or you're off doing something else. So then you're having to make new friends. So it's a pain in the ass. But, you know, it's just, it does suck, you know, because you miss that. You miss your best friends and whatnot, or your family or whatever. You just miss certain people. But, you know, you don't realize, yeah, you realize it before you get in the military that comes with the job, but you don't really feel the effect until after you get out of boot camp and you go and take your leave, and then you come back to your first command and you're there for a long time before you get to go on leave again. So it kind of sucks. But if you get short command right off the bat, short command, you just, if you get short duty, you just can take leave pretty much whenever you want. It's ridiculous. But when you're on sea duty, it's a little bit harder because you're having to compete with other people. If someone's taking leave and they need you, then you have to stay. So it's kind of a pain in the ass because higher ups get leave before we get leave, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you have any more questions, you know, like I say always, just let me know. I'll try to answer as good as I can. If I still don't answer it in the videos, you know, hit me over the message. Hit me over the message, and then if there's a bunch of questions, I'll just make a video over it. If not, I'll just hit you up back with a message and try to, you know, give you some links and whatnot on what you can look up, what you can do, and stuff like that. So just, you know, let me know, and then I'll try to get back to you.